Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Smarty Bob. This is the Super Bowl edition, and I'm here with my Super Bowl pipe and my championship ring. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl. I'm neither a Chiefs or Eagles fan. I don't care who wins. I'm not even going to watch the game. I'm not going to sit in front of a TV for 4 hours to watch an hour game. But there's some interesting statistics about it I've read. First of all, the networks and the NFL will have 150 cameras, different angles, different up, down, all over, going on at all times. Each player's helmet has a sending unit in it that tells the speed, the angle, the direction, and everything it's traveling. The football itself has X amount of monitors in it, and I guess they're so small they're like less than a gram. They add to that football weight, but it's going to broadcast the angle, the speed, the drop. I mean, the statistics is going to be unreal. The teams, each team, both the head coach and offensive coach and defensive coach and quarterback coach, they're all going to be equipped with iPads and devices that's going to broadcast all these signals and everything to them through AI, and AI is going to suggest the next play, or AI is going to suggest a weak spot over here, or a weak spot over here, or on and on and on. One of these days, this is going to get so involved, we won't even have to play the game. We just turn it on and do it, let AI do it. Well, that's enough said. Didn't mean this turned out to be a rant. It's Super Bowl day. My Super Bowl joke today is for the Kansas City Chiefs people. And it's about, here a few years ago, there was some controversy that they named their team after the Chiefs. And of course, we had the Redskins and all that stuff going on. I got a kick out of that. But it reminds me of a story of an Indian family that was actually, this family was the husband and wife met and out on the Indian reservation in Arizona. And they, of course, got married and started having kids. And of course, they learned that they spoke, I think it was Navajo or whatever it was out there. And on the reservation, they would speak their language. And they would learn English as the secondary language. Well, as the kids got older and the father accepted a job in the eastern part of the United States working for a company. So he thought he would pick up his family, come on, head east, and see what civilization's life lived on the East Coast. Well, he did that, and he did have his youngest son, was quite a bit younger than the first two children they had, was about in the 8th grade or so, and so when they moved there, moved to the East Coast. They was worried about how the son would take going to a regular school instead of the Indian school. So anyhow, the father was there when the kid got off the school bus the first day. And they're walking home. And the father says, "Son, how did you like the English school for the first day?" And the son says, "Dad, I actually enjoyed it." He says, "But what's so funny is why the English named their kids such unusual names like Tom and Dick and Chester and Ralph and all these names, and our names are so unusual. And the father looked at his son and said, well, son, he said, our tribe has a tradition of naming the child after an event that happens at conception. So that's why when your brother was conceived, when we were conceiving your brother, a bear happened to run by. So we called your brother Running Bear. And that's how he got his name. And a couple years later, when we were conceiving your sister, a dove was flying over. We looked up and I saw a dove fly over at that moment. And that's why we called her White Dove. So the father looks at his son and says, son, now does that answer your question, broken rubber? I hope you enjoy that joke as much as I do. Anyhow, boy, I was reading some of the statistics about today's games. At any one time, there's 150 cameras going by the NFL and the network. I think it's Fox Network that's doing it, I'm not sure. Each and every helmet's got a sending unit in it. It's going to tell how fast the guy's running, if he's hit, the impact, if he's tackled, what it's doing to his body when it hits the ground. The football has a sending unit in it, less than a gram, that tells the angle, the speed, trajectory, all kinds of things. There's all kinds of sensors and units. It's going to go back to the coaches, the head coaches and defensive coach and quarterback coach and offensive coach. They're going to all have this information on an iPad or a tablet, and it's going to be controlled to them and supported to them by AI. And AI is going to give them suggestions, tell them the weak spot, which side of the line's weaker than the other. It's going to give play suggestions, etc. So we're going to have an AI Super Bowl. Well, I'm not even going to get into the advertisements and commercials that you're going to have to sit through, because I ain't going to sit through them. Well, this is Smarty Bob's Super Bowl edition. Smoking my Super Bowl pipe. Meerschaum great pipe. Smoke's cool. Yesterday's just a memory. Tomorrow's just a promise. You guys all have a good day. Sometime during the day, pick up a pipe, some good tobacco, and smoke it. And you sports fans, enjoy the Super Bowl.